Ever wondered what happens when psychotherapy meets holistic healing and what it really takes to turn life's biggest setbacks into new beginnings? Today's guest is Jamie Cruz, a licensed clinical social worker and the founder of Torus Therapy and the Torus Center for Integrative Healing. Jamie is a seasoned therapist who blends evidence based mental health care with integrative practices like yoga, mindfulness, and even ketamine assisted therapy, all while helping clients navigate real life challenges and growth. Today, we are sitting down with Jamie Cruz, founder of Torus Therapy and Torus Center for Integrative Healing. Welcome, Jamie. Excited to
Hi,
have you here.
Seth. Thank you. I'm excited too.
All right. So you run two integrated businesses, Torus Therapy and Torus Center for Integrative Healing. Could you explain how these two entities work together and why you felt it was important to create these separate spaces for healing modalities?
Yes, absolutely. So I didn't think that I was going to have two businesses when I started this. So Torus Therapy started out as just a psychotherapy practice. We evolved into seeing all kinds of different clients, but bringing in individualized or specialized, I should say, focused therapy for trauma. We found that once we started breaking people's trauma kind of open and they started to become new individuals despite their trauma, they needed more help. And so the center was built based on as people break open and they drop some of their old stories, they get to create new stories for their lives. And the center is built upon creating those new stories. It's about discovering who they are, learning about re-experiencing themselves in different environments. And so the two of the center and the therapy, they just go really hand in hand together for people breaking open.
Okay. And you had shared before experiencing a significant flood, like last November, led to the major transitions. And could you share the story on how you navigated the challenging period and what that felt like?
Yes. So yes, in November we had a flood. I was experiencing some internal processes that weren't working. We're having a lot of like staff questions things about alignment because we need to have therapists who really understand holistic approaches and who are going to refer clients to these other holistic modalities when they're undergoing therapy treatment. And so we had a lot of therapists in here, but a lot of therapists weren't like doing everything that I needed them to do. And I was just like, I trying to figure out how we were going to bridge everything and make everything cohesive for our clients so that we can really build a strong community. And started moving things around the office, trying to create space, trying to create more space in my mind so that I can come up with solutions for these problems that I was having. And little beknownst to me, well, I mean, I know when I start to clear things, energy starts to move. And a week in, we had a flood after I started making space to try to figure out what I was going to do. So this flood happened and it knocked us out of our whole space. So then we had to transition, we had to pivot. In that transition and pivot, I lost several employees, which were the ones that kind of were not completely aligned, I don't think, with the bridging of the therapy center and the healing center upstairs. And so it kind of all manifested itself. We were out of a space for 2 months. We were in a lot of fear, I would say. My clients were shaken up because we didn't have space. We didn't have their normal space. My staff was shaken up. We had the losses. We had financial losses because we had to shut down our offices for a couple of days and moves. And it was a lot, I should say, to go through. So during that 2 months, 2.5 months, really, we spent a lot of time just like being present and just kind of with our hands in the air and like, I don't know what we're going to do. And we don't really have answers and we just got to sit with it. So things started to kind of fall away and we moved back downstairs into the normal space about 2.5 months later. And then slowly things have just started to pick up in this weird pace again, a different pace, but it's almost like the more present that we got with whatever was happening and just really let go of control of what we felt like we needed to do, but just let it all happen, things started to organically come. I've got new people that are coming in that are more aligned with the goals of what the center and the therapy practice are starting wanting to achieve organically. We've had we've just had a slew of new people come in that are bringing us new ideas and opportunities to expand and make our reach even farther. So even though the flood in itself was like a really difficult like time and we really didn't know what the heck was going on, and I wanted to just give it all up. We persevered, and we're now here on this other side with all of these like really cool opportunities that are like showing themselves to us that we wouldn't even have known that they were there despite this happening.
That's great. You're developing new programs, including the yoga and mental health program that bridges two disciplines. What gap did you see in the market that inspired this initiative? And maybe how do you envision helping your clients?
Yeah, so this is a great project and just really, we've spent so much time on it. So it's a teacher program, a 250-hour yoga teacher program where we've built certain asanas that are going to help clear anxiety, depression, shame, anger, and fear specific to those areas. And the teachers will be able to learn what movements, what asanas, what breath work, what meditation, what mantra work, what chakra work to do with clients that are suffering these ailments. So this is different, way different than any other program that is out there because we are addressing mental health conditions and how in those conditions we can support the client through embodiment, which is what yoga is all about, and reaching their power and addressing the different energetic components of these mental health conditions that people come into our offices with and in our yoga studios with every single day. So there was nothing out there that was like this. We in our center we combined yoga and the mental health pieces, but during our work in the last 4 or 5 years we've been doing this, we've just noticed that the two of them go hand in hand, and there's nothing out there that is really teaching any of the yoga instructors or the mental health professionals out there that how these two really work so beautifully together, and to really streamline it in a way where it's so accessible for each practitioner to look at and assess a client and say, okay, this is what they need for today. And it's right there for them. So it's a really, really, we've spent a lot of time on this and a lot of energy. And I'm really, really looking forward to bringing this out to the world.
That's great. How do you hope this will help educate more practitioners about this whole integrative approach to healing? Maybe you could share more on that.
Yeah, I think that just being able to bring we all go into yoga for different reasons and we all go into like our therapy room for different reasons. And we're all, but the reason is really connection. And it's connection to the self, to this body, to this mind, to this heart, to this physical presence that I'm carrying so that I can create connections in my world. And then once I do that, then mental health gets better, my mental health gets better, my social emotional health gets better, everything gets better. If we can just educate on that, for that, just that this is bringing clients back to themselves and these two modalities, whether you're going into a yoga studio and you're having you're seeing your students struggling versus you're a mental health professional and you've got a client and that doesn't really know what embodiment means, to educate both our teachers, our mental health professionals, and our yoga instructors how to help make it even more impactful to bring these two together because they're so intertwined. I'm just really excited to be able to teach and show how this all works together.
Okay, I love it. Talking about your business, running it has become part of your own healing journey. How has being a business owner contributed to, let's say, your personal growth, and maybe share some lessons that you've learned along the way?
Let go.
Let
Let
go.
go. Just let go. I think for my personal journey, I've been I like to control. And I have this vision, being a manifester and being able to create what I've created and have these visions and have these like dreams. I mean, I can write all night about like what I want to do next. And that's my kind of it's my visionary part of me, but also there's a part of me that wants to control those visions. And when I want to control the visions, I want to know the how, I want to know the why, and we're going to get doing it, and we're going to take action, and we're just going to roll with it. What I've learned is that it doesn't really work that way. That once my intention gets out there, if I try to control it, I come up with a lot of resistance. But when I just put the intention out there and kind of let it go and just see what happens and just create the action every day, so that's where I'm moving towards, but I'm not really controlling it. Things happen so much quicker and so much more organically with much less resistance. And so Taurus has really taught me that. And so that translates in my personal life as well, of just like, it's truly just being present. It's just taught me presence and just letting go and just trust in the thing that you believe in, and it'll flourish if we stop trying to control it.
You're planning to incorporate ketamine-assisted therapy in your practice. What potential do you see in this treatment approach, and how does it sort of complement your existing therapeutic modalities?
Yeah, I'm excited about this one, being a partaker of plant medicine. So this is the realm where it's legal so that we can bring this into our practice. And for clients who are really struggling with depression and treatment resistance, ketamine is something that can kind of break through that resistance so that people can have a different experience and a different understanding of maybe their lives or their personal journeys, to give them a deeper sense of purpose and knowing to help them move forward. So I'm really excited about being able to introduce this ketamine. It's going to be done in a way that it's not in a clinical sense. It's going to be a kind of a homey, our atmosphere is very homey, and it's going to be in a ritual like ceremonial sense where we're going to be giving it and creating intentions around the whole process for people to really get in touch with the intention and the desire of why they're taking this kind of medicine. And then being able to hold that space in just a different way versus a stuffy clinical setting. And then being also able to provide integration services immediately after those ketamine sessions so that our clients feel really protected and held, encouraged, and they know kind of what they're going through. So it really brings us a lot of hope because, it's people are struggling out there right now and they need help. And we're trying to be able to bring it the best way that we can, in a way that it's open, right? It's love. It's all in a love setting, unconditional love.
Alrighty. Looking ahead at your upcoming transitions and growth, what vision do you have for the future of Torus Therapy and the center?
I think right now our focus is really to get this mental health and yoga teacher training program out the door. Once that is done, what I envision is then being able to offer that online. So being able to create an online platform and possibly like an app that will bring that program together, and then kind of like maybe cut it up in sections of like, if you want to work on shame, or if you want to work with fear, and if you want to work with anger, if you want to work with grief, so that it could be like a teaching series. And in that teaching series, we would have all of the asanas, all of the mantras, all of the things that we do here so well at Taurus, different techniques, energy techniques to release certain things, so that people could just open this app and be like, okay, I'm struggling with this. Let me look here, and I can do, these are all of the tools that I have available to me right here. I could just pick one and I can get the help that I need right in my bed, if that's where I so shall be.
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Well, I thank you for these insights. Tell the audience how they can find you.
So you can find us we have two websites, which is kind of confusing, but we had to do it separately. So the first website is www. Torus-therapy.com. And then we have Torus-Center. wellnessgrowth.com. So those are our two websites, and everything is on there. We have I write blogs every once a month. I send out monthly newsletters. My writing is pretty deep, so you can really get a lot out of those blogs and a lot out of the newsletters if you just sign up. And then all of our events will get emailed to you. It's all right there. Yeah.
Great. And then with the upcoming teachings and stuff, you'll have it on there as well. People can
It
find
is
that.
all under there, listed under community events. Yes.
Excellent. All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Wellness Growth Show. If today's conversation sparked something for you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the stories, strategies, and insights from the front lines of wellness innovation. If you're a founder, operator, or health leader exploring growth into institutional markets and have a story worth telling, I'd love to hear from you. Reach out directly on LinkedIn or YouTube. And if you found this valuable, share it with a peer or post it online. You never know who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay well, keep moving, and keep building what matters.